Afternoon. Just put us into perspective here. As it stands, where are we with this potential strike across the platinum sector by Amcu?
Well, good afternoon, Devin. We are currently at Vonarkop Stadium here at Marikana. We're expecting about 10,000 mine workers affiliated to Amcu here at Lonmin to start trickling in around 3 o'clock to be addressed by Amcu President Joseph Mathunjwa, where he will be selling or canvassing an idea of whether or not these miners should embark on industrial action. We know for a fact that Impala has already, or miners affiliated to Amcu at Impala Platinum has already indicated that they will embark on this industrial action, and this coming weekend we have it on record that Anglo Platinum miners affiliated to Amcu will meet on Sunday, and they will be addressed by Amcu President Joseph Mathunjwa to sell the very same idea to them. And as things stand right now, there are indications that the whole of the platinum sector will be paralyzed coming this weekend.
Well, just ahead of that gathering this afternoon, do you see plenty of miners gearing up for that meeting?
Yes, there is that possibility, but obviously there has been some patterns of instability within Amcu. Just last week, my colleague Abelo Molope was here having an interview with some disgruntled members of Amcu, maintaining that Joseph Mathunjwa is selling out, he's not representing the workers well. So it will be interesting to see whether we are going to still see that instability within Amcu today.
Selo, so Amcu is still standing firm that they want an entry-level wage of 12,500 Rand across the board. Have the companies shown any sign of moving on their offer?
Devin, there hasn't been any movement on the part or on the side of the mine management. They maintain that they cannot afford 12,500. In fact, they are maintaining that it will paralyze the industry and result into thousands of job losses or job cuts. So as far as things stand now, the two parties are paralyzed, and there is an indication of whether they will come to some sort of agreement to avert this looming strike action.
The question has been asked as to whether or not Amcu can sustain a long, significant strike for a reasonable period or a significant period. And I ask this in light of what you just suggested to me earlier about splits within the unions. Now, can that split within the Amcu union lead to a strike that's not protracted enough, that's not long enough?
That's an interesting question, Devin, because you'll remember that Amcu, if my memory serves me well, they obtained a non-resolution certificate as late as September last year, and they have been postponing since, because some of these miners, at least the ones that we have spoke to, they say they cannot afford another strike action, which will be prolonged and which will take for a period of 3 months or so forth, because they are currently in debt and cared since last year during the strike at Impala, during the strike at Anglo Platinum American. So it will be interesting whether Amcu will be able to sustain this strike. As much as Amcu President Joseph Mathunjwa maintains that they will be able to sustain the strike, as you indicated, Devin, that there are patterns of instability in Amcu. Some are saying they don't want to be part of the strike. Some disgruntled members say they want to establish their own union because Amcu has not lived to expectations. In fact, they are maintaining that the 12,500 demand by Amcu is unrealistic, and they say they are only realizing it now. Perhaps they say that that was a strategy used by Amcu to lure them and join Amcu. So it will be interesting going forward whether that instability or whether those disagreements will play themselves out as the strike continues.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Thanks very much. Selu Tatai there in the northwest.